Good morning, CG. I'm Skylar.
And I'm Maya.
And we have your CGTV broadcast for Friday, October 27th. Last night was opening night of this year's musical, the 25th annual Putnam County Spelling Bee. This comedy musical features a group of unique middle school students fighting for the championship while also dealing with the struggles of adolescence. If you weren't able to make it to opening night, don't fret. This show will also run tomorrow at 7 p.m. and Sunday at 2 p.m. So come check out the 25th annual Putnam County Spelling Bee this weekend.
CG offers foreign language classes in Spanish, German, Chinese, and French. However, one club is teaching their members a different language. Charlie Bennington and Spencer Anderson bring you the story.
Sign language is a way for deaf people to communicate with others due to their lack of hearing. ASL Club is a club that dedicates itself to teaching its members how to communicate with others using sign language. The wonders of sign language are passed on from their president, including Junior Wren Brown.
I started learning sign language because I personally enjoy learning about other languages and other cultures, since the deaf community has their own culture in itself, and because the deaf community is so big in our population in America in general, but it's a very overlooked population. Just to include everybody, and because it is such a big population of the world that we live in that goes very unnoticed, just so then at least if someone knows a little bit of ASL.
This club is filled with students that wish to learn sign language for their own benefits, whether it is to communicate with those who also know sign language or just a hobby. Students not only learn about sign language, but also to learn about sign language's etiquette and culture. Everyone here has a reason to want to learn sign language, including Junior Lillianne Horner.
I think it's a really interesting language. My sister, she has autism and she goes nonverbal sometimes, so it's the easiest way for us to communicate rather than just texting or having her type out things.
Like most languages, sign language is a rather hard language to learn, especially in the regards to the fact that it's not a verbal language. However, ASL Club inspires members to learn it as a basic language that could end up being useful in the long run. The process to learn sign language varies from person to person.
Well, because sign language isn't it's not like it's learning how to express a language you already know differently. So instead of learning grammar, structure, and all that stuff, you just learn how to use the words. And because sign language, you don't use words like the often or articles a lot. So you just say brown pig instead of the brown pig. And it's just a different way of, I don't know, you just have to learn how to not use articles as much and how to just speak using basic words.
For more information about ASL Club, speak to Mrs. McSherry in room 123.
Thanks, guys.
The Indianapolis Children's Choir is an organization that has performed at events such as the Indy 500 and the Super Bowl. Senior Ashley Aldridge is a coach for the program and helps build the choral skills of some of the younger students. Ivan Gooch and Vivek Thomas have a story about her work.
Music is an art form that creates expression among many students at Center Grove. Senior Ashley Aldridge expresses her love of music through her activities in Indianapolis Children's Choir, which include performing in an ensemble and teaching elementary schoolers about choral performance.
Children's Choir has given me the confidence to be able to really lead my part and really trust myself, because when I'm in class, I know that the kids are really listening to me, so I have to sing my part strong and really be confident in what I'm singing, and I've applied that to my choir as well. I've learned to be able to adapt to whatever the kids are doing, so I can help to redirect them whenever they kind of get out of hand or get off task, and then kind of take their energy and lead it back into what we're doing rather than let them explode. So that's really helped me to be able to focus not only their energy but also mine.
Teaching children's choir also has far-reaching applications outside of music. Skills such as critical thinking, time management, and taking ownership of a group of people translate to many other disciplines of work. For Ashley, teaching choir is a way of giving back to a community that helped her grow.
I started helping out with the Little Kid Choir because I thought it would be a great opportunity to be able to help some younger singers, because singing has been a very impactful thing. It's been a very impactful group in my life, so I really wanted to be able to kind of help pass that on to the next generation of singers and hopefully inspire them the way some older singers had inspired me. And I've stuck with it because I really enjoy it each week when I get to go see my kids, and they're just so full of energy, and they learn so much. And I love seeing that process.
While Aldridge seeks to inspire the children through her teaching, she has also enjoyed getting to know them for who they are and all of their unique traits.
My favorite part of helping out with the younger choir is getting to see the same kids each week and kind of getting to know their individual personalities, because when I first meet them, a lot of them are very timid, understandably, because singing is a very vulnerable experience. So being able to see them gain confidence and ability and then really enjoy what they're doing has been a wonderful, wonderful experience.
Aldridge will continue to lead the children's choir throughout her senior year, and she will continue rehearsing and performing in the Master's Choral.
Thanks, guys.
In a typical school day, students learn math, English, science, maybe a foreign language, but one student, Devin McCormick, has dedicated his time to baking, both in and out of school. Joseph Yonke catches up with McCormick to learn more about this skill and how it has affected his future plans.
What up, Trojans? My name is Joseph Yonke. Today I'm here with
Devin McCormick.
And today we're going to teach you how to bake chocolate chip cookies. So what's the first thing we should do?
So we're going to start creaming the butter and the sugar together. That'll take about 3 to 5 minutes. And then we'll wait for the eggs to get down to room temperature while we do that. Because when you're baking, you want everything to be the same temperature. Because if you think about it, a lot of baking is like chemistry. You just want it to be a balanced equation. So next we're going to add the eggs one at a time. And then we're going to add 1 tablespoon of vanilla extract. Although vanilla extract is literally just alcohol and vanilla, it's more of like an aromatic and helps bring out the flavor of the other ingredients.
Okay.
It's a lot like salt in most recipes.
Cool. So we added the eggs, we added that vanilla. What's the next step?
So now we're going to add the flour, the salt, and the baking powder mixture, and we're going to add a half at a time. That's just going to help it mix into the butter a lot better than if we added it all at once.
Okay.
So if you'd like to add half of it now, and then we'll mix it for about 1 to 2 minutes.
1 to 2 minutes.
Yep, you just dump it all in, and then we'll mix until it's all incorporated. Well, since these don't spread as well, since they're sugar cookies, we'll have to press them down a little bit.
Okay. So we have our cookie dough, and we have our sugar. What's the next step?
So now we're going to take scoops of these, and we're going to scoop the cookie dough so it's all like an even portion. And then we're going to roll them into balls, and then roll them in the sugar, and then place them on the cookie sheets about 1 to 2 inches apart so it doesn't room to spread.
Okay. So we got our oven set to 375, and we're going to throw these in the oven how long?
For about 9 to 11 minutes.
9 to 11 minutes, all right.
While those are in the oven, I'm going to ask you some questions.
What got you into baking?
So I first started cooking, actually. My dad traveled a lot when I was growing up, so I mostly would cook with my mom, like dinner and stuff. And then I tried out for the culinary team last year, made the culinary team, and the chef asked me to join the baking team. And I just found out that I just love baking. I think it's really interesting, and it's really fun. It's like an art and science. It's cool to incorporate both.
Tell me about the culinary classes that you're taking with Chef Guerrero.
So there's culinary 1, 2, and 3. Culinary 1 is more of like an introduction to cooking. So you learn the tools, the etiquette in the kitchen, some of the positions, and just like basics of cooking. Like we make biscuits and stuff like that. Culinary 2 is intro to nutrition. So you learn about nutrition and how food affects your body, and then like how to take a meal and then bring it down to something healthy.
So you mentioned more like in class work, but not enough, like not baking. Why is that? So
a lot of what we do is in class work. I know in culinary 3 right now is intro to baking. We've only cooked once, and we made muffins. And so a lot of it is learning how to cook, the theory behind cooking, and how to get into the profession. I think a lot of people come into these classes expecting it to be an easy A or to just be able to breeze through it. They get to cook all the time, but you really, you cook and you learn a lot of how to cook, but you don't cook much.
Right. So tell me, so this is your senior, right?
Yes, sir.
So after this, what are you planning to do? Where do you think baking will take you?
I plan on going to Johnson & Wales to study dietetics or nutrition. And so baking, through competing in baking, I've gotten scholarships, job offers, and stuff like that. And so it just helps me not only get scholarships at school, but a higher chance of getting into it and preparing me for my lessons that are there.
So I heard you said you're in Skills USA 31.
Skills USA.
Just Skills USA. So I heard from some people that you went to Washington D.C. through Skills USA.
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
So Skills USA is a CTSO, which is a Career Technical Student Organization.
Yeah.
So we're an organization for students ran by students. And so we're what hosts the competitions. We're in all 50 states and 3 territories. And it goes regional, state, and then national level competitions.
Yep.
Last year, I placed in regional, went on to states, and I think I placed top 10 in states.
Tell me about your favorite part about baking. Like, what do you enjoy most about it?
I think I really just like when people eat my food and they enjoy it.
Yeah.
Like I get so happy when I make something for people and they just love it.
Yeah.
I see people smile and laugh about it.
All right, let's check on the cookies.
Cookies done, but they're a little flatter. Why is that?
So they spread because I added a little bit too much sugar to the recipe, and I think I overbeat the butter a little bit too much, so they just spread more. Would you like to take the first bite?
I would love to take the first bite. Let's go. You want some?
Sure.
We got our cookies done. We're gonna leave the recipe up on the screen in case you want to try it for yourself. Anything you want to say before we head out?
If you guys want to learn any more about baking or cooking, we have culinary club starting about next month. Feel free to come. It's Saturdays 9 to 2, and you'll spend a lot of time baking. That's probably where you'll cook the most.
How can they find out more about it?
We'll look for like a post on Center Grove Culinary, and we'll probably have a shout out on the opening news in the morning.
All right, sounds good. Back to the studio.
Thanks, Joseph.
Recently, a new sport has been growing in popularity around the nation. Pickleball, a sport similar to tennis but played with slightly different rules. Gaurav Pani and Ben Barenko met some students playing pickleball at Bargersville's new Kephart Park to bring you a closer look at the details of this up-and-coming sport.
Hey CG, my name's Gaurav, and I'm here with Landon Gilstorf. Can I call you Gilly?
Yeah.
And we're here to play some pickleball.
Pickleball.
So how do I start?
So first you start off serving, and you have to serve it underhand, and you have to hit it cross court. You have to hit it diagonally, and then I have to hit it off the bounce, and then you just play out the point. That was out of bounds, so that's my point.
So how do the points even work?
Well, you can only score off your serve, and so if I'm server 1, I'll start out serving. I'll serve it cross court, and then if we lose that point, it becomes their serve, and then they serve. Like their server 1 serves, and then their server 2 serves, and if they lose both those points, then it comes back to us, and you'll start out serving.
How many points do you guys play to?
Well, normally we play just like 2-11, win by 2.
So basically like table tennis?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. And I've heard a lot about the kitchen. What's the kitchen?
Kitchen's a big part of the game. It's that inner blue box right over there. And when the ball goes in there, you have to let it bounce and you have to hit it underhand. And you aren't allowed to step in the kitchen.
So when did you first get into pickleball?
Well, I grew up playing tennis, and once they opened up these courts, me and my friends decided to try it out, so we started playing.
So what's so good about pickleball? Why do you like it so much?
You can get really competitive, like you can get really into it, and it's very easy to learn and pick up.
So how would you say pickleball has like increased in popularity in Center Grove in general?
Well, I think these courts being brand new, a lot of students have came here, tried to play pickleball, and I think it's very enjoyable, so I think a lot of people are playing it.
So do you have any advice for people that are just getting into pickleball?
Yeah, I would get a group of friends and bring them out and get some like cheap paddles just in case you rage.
Thanks, guys.
That's all we have for you today, CG.
Bye.
Did I say